Hey guys, it's the Marine here. I am in my 1390, and this is the iconic of iconic passive scout maps. And well, this is quite a fun little battle here. Now, my spawn dictates that I cannot make it to the typical bush location at E4F5 intersection. So what I'm going to do is actually push almost straight forward here. Normally, people can go these bushes over here, those bushes over there, but what I've found is because of the way this map was changed, people like to zerg down that one line. So the further I get over this way, the better for my team. And now as you can see here, I'm getting a lot of lights pretty quick. And so what I see that they're again doing these typical push, and so I get into the bushes sideways. What that allows me to do is to get pretty hidden from every single direction. The guys out in front of me, there's no one in front of me who's actually probably going to be able to spot me. Those guys over there are not going to spot me. No one coming up over here are going to be able to spot me. And so right now I'm just calling in for fire on all these wonderful targets which I've lit up. And it's actually going to continue this way for a little bit. Now, passive scouting on this map is probably the easiest thing to do. There's just so many different bush locations offering so many different points of view that the enemy team will always just play a guessing game of where you're at. And the enemy mouse is just absolutely butthurt. I find it hilarious. A mouse complaining about someone shooting gold at them. I just don't get it. You're in a freaking mouse. Most tank standard AP is not good enough from this kind of range to penetrate wherever they need to. And so as you can see here, I'm just continuing to light up everything I possibly can. Would really love for someone to smack this 183. But looking behind me, it actually doesn't look like anyone has a very nice point of view on him. But I'm able to keep these guys lit constantly over here. I'm able to keep anything moving in the base lit. This is just a really good passive location now for when people are making the push down the lake road. And because I'm able to keep these guys lit over here, the T-54s and the artillery over at C45, they're able to constantly get fire. These guys are not getting any kind of camo. Every time they poke, they're just going to be lit up. And so here, this is where I start laughing. I got a Jagdpanzer coming to my left. I got the 183 passing to my right. And I'm absolutely unseen. The littlest tank out in the middle of the field in a bush, completely unspotted. Now my camo crew on this is only about 94% for each of its crew members, with the exception of the commander, which I believe is in the 50s. And so right now the T-54s and 140, they're able to fire at this Jagdpanzer pretty much with impunity. They don't have to poke out and expose themselves, pull back, and wait for the camouflage to take over. I'm able to keep him lit no matter what they do. So here in a second, I'm going to decide that the majority of the battle has now passed me by. I'm essentially behind the enemy lines. The JPE is one tank that I need to work on penetrating. And the E5 was able to get a nice little hit into me. And I was able to dodge there. So now I'm just going to get behind him, pump him full of a couple shots. And that right there was a 183, which missed me. And now I'm able to get him out. Now I'm just going to pull forward and get to that little dip right in this area. I'll be safe from pretty much everyone firing. The E5 right there was just able to take my tracks off. Not sure what that Roomba was paying attention to, but he should have been paying attention to me. So right now, just waiting for my clip to reload. Roomba finally noticed I was there, and it's a little too late. So, now that he's dead, I'm going to go ahead and pop this reload. Pretty sure this battle is at hand. And so I'm not even going to switch to APCR. There's just really no need for it. Unfortunately, the mouse probably lit me there. And the 185 is moving up. And again, my tracks absorbed this shot from the E50. Or more than likely the E50. So right now, I'm just looking for Artie because I love killing Artie. And this E50, I'm just going to be making a fool of him here. Now his DPM's pretty low, and he tried to get his butt up against the side, and he was unable to. The 1390 is excellent at circling, strafing the enemy. At this point, I'm pretty sure that I've had a pretty daggone good round. And again, that mouse is still butthurt about people shooting him with gold rounds. And the enemy team is now calling the mouse out because we made him look stupid. So now that I am clipped out, it's time to go try to clean up this E5. I'd really like to kill him. Unfortunately missed that, but whatever. I had a lot of fun with this battle. It was just a great time all around. As you can see, I finished with a mastery, the patrol duty battle or medal, and the scout medal. I finished with 1,981 damage for base experience of 1,605. And in the end, I was able to do 9,033 spotting, and I made a profit in the 1390 of 70,000 credits. Normally, people lose a lot of money when they play this tank because of its very anemic AP rounds when it comes to a tier 10 battle. But I was able to get the rear of a lot of these tanks or the flanks, and shooting APCR is not really needed in most of those situations, unless it's something like an E100 or a mouse, the really heavily, super heavy tanks. But anyway guys, this was my master badge. I had a whole lot of fun in this one, and I hope you enjoyed.